you used to go on these calls and talk about success, what is required for success, what you did to help you make successful.
Yeah.
What were, like, let's say the top 3 tenets that you found were, I wouldn't say necessarily like requirements of success, although they may be in
They're
your
requirements.
case. Okay. What are they?
Yeah. So the 2 that automatically jump at me is working on yourself more than anything else. It's like everybody wants to know where to put their money and where should I invest. The number one investment is yourself. Period. End of story.
Is that therapy? Is that fitness? Is that nutrition? Is that
whatever
sleep?
It looks like for you.
Okay.
And I say you, not you, just hypothetically, right? Because it's going to be different for everybody.
Right.
Because some people might monetarily be doing well, but their health and fitness is shit. And in order for them to truly scale and get to the next level, they're going to need to get their health and fitness in order, right? But for me, I was not monetarily there, and I was extremely negative, and I just was so programmed to think a certain way. So it started with circle of influence, who I was around, and that was the second one that popped up. But I would say for me, that was the number one thing. I got around people that had success, that were willing to show me the way and truly believed in me and wanted to see me win. And that's the powerful thing about network marketing. Some people are like, oh, I don't want them to make money off me, right? That's backwards ass thinking, because it'll come back to you because you're going to build a team too, and then you make money, and that's business.
Dude, 100%. At my old firm, one of like the biggest, one of the reasons I left was that people at the top, they didn't want to give up a percentage of their pie, of the pie.
Yeah.
Right? And what I had the hardest time explaining to them was like, you'll get a smaller percentage, but a bigger pie.
A bigger pot, right? So when it's all said and done, you're going to get more.
Yeah, like 0% of 0 is 0.
Right. Yeah. No,
well,
I'm
would you rather
100%.
10% of like 100,000 or 10% of like 100 million?
Right. Yeah. No kidding. But yeah,
some people just see the 10% and they're like, oh, well, I don't want to lose it. I don't want that to drop to 9.
Yeah. Some people, they just don't get it.
It's like,
you're so successsul, but you can't comprehend something so simple.
Do you want like 10% of a million or 5% of a billion?
Right. Yeah. It's pretty simple.
Not that hard. I suck
hard.
at math, and I know that's not a tough decision. So we have working on yourself, circle of influence. The circle of influence thing is huge.
It is huge because you really do become the 5 people you hang around. And I always say, like hangs with like. Really successful people aren't hanging with really broke people, right? Now you can be a really broke individual with so much eager and passion to be successful that you are a sponge, and then they will have you around and they're mentoring you, right? But with network marketing, the guy that got me going, my buddy, Tim, he was already a 7-figure earner. And he and I used to party together. I used to live with him. So initially when he asked me to join, I was like, dude, there is no way in fuck I'm following you, right? And then you fast forward a few years later, and he's making 6 figures a month. And I'm like, okay. I ran into him. April 4th of all days is his birthday. Remember, I had my heart attack on April 4th. Right. April 4th, 2013, I run into him in Oklahoma, because a buddy of mine asked me to go party for a birthday party. So we get there and I run into him and I notice he's dressed different. He speaks different, like he articulates better. He has new teeth. I was just like, this is not the guy that I used to live with. We all went back to his house, 10,000 square foot house, multiple 6-figure cars in the driveway, a 6-figure truck. So the next day I tried the products. I fell in love with the products, but he truly believed that I could be better than him. And he truly believed it. So when I got going, I mean, he was there for me. I actually, May 1st, I moved to Santa Monica. I was there 6 weeks and I moved in with him in Oklahoma. He's like, dude, I signed up 27 people my first 30 days. I made $1,900 my first full month. And I remember I was making $2K a month at my corporate job. He's like, dude, you're killing it. I know you just moved to California, but I want you to move in with me and you can work my smoothie bar and I will mentor you and I'll teach you to be successful. And in my mind, I would be stupid to say no to an opportunity like that. So I picked up, even though I was only in California for 6 weeks, I picked up and I left. And I mean, it was one of the best decisions I ever made.
Was it a tough decision to make?
No.
Okay.
No, I was like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I had a 7-figure business in 3 years. Not bad, selling shakes and teas.
Yeah.
Right? I was a 6-figure earner in 3 years. And when I started, I had a trash bag of clothes and I lived in my buddy's living room in Santa Monica. I was so broke that my grandma and my great-grandma, rest her soul, bought me a bed, and my bed was in the living room. I had a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and I slept in the living room. No AC, and one of my roommates would always cook pizza, and it would get so damn hot because the kitchen and the living room were pretty much one.
Yeah.
And my bed was in the living room. So he would cook dinner, he would make himself a pizza, and I'd be in there just sweating my ass off, and then he would go in his room, eat the pizza. And yeah.
Who was the first person you knew that was a salesman? Like, where did that?
My grandfather,
Okay.
beast salesman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So you like-
car business.
Mhm.
I mean, he was extremely successful, but he gambled all of his money away. Yeah.
But what?
And I got to get back to the third, by the way. I said 2.
Okay, let's do the third. I'm going to get back to the grandfather story because my grandfather kind of molded me in a very similar way.
I love it.
So we've working on yourself. We have circle of influence, and we have number 3.
I would say, man, the third one is tough, but the one that came to me was just the belief that you can make it happen and that you deserve it.
Self-belief is,
bro. So
what's the
we
quote?
hold ourselves back. Whether if you believe in it, you can achieve it. That one?
No, it's like out there right now is someone who has half your talent, but they're making but 10 times your self-belief, and they're making 20 times more than you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it is if you don't believe it can happen, it's just not going to happen. That's one of those things, like your thoughts become reality. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're usually right. And I had to get to a place where it's like, I am good enough to do this. I do deserve this. I am worthy of success. And you need to be around the right people, because when you hear something over and over again, you start to believe it. And that's why you need other people that are successful, that truly believe in you and are pouring into you. Tim would always tell me, dude, you're going to do it faster than me. You're better than me. He's like, you're better than me. And he would always say that. You're going to have this one day. You're going to do it in half the time. Now, I didn't, because I didn't stay focused. And that's a whole different conversation.
Well,
outwitting the devil
is
outwitting the devil is my, and don't fall in love with potential. Yeah. But Outwitting the Devil is my favorite book. And in that book, they talk about drifting. I was a master drifter with women. And Tim would always tell me, put your blinders on. They're not going anywhere. Go hit the president's team, which is the top 1%. That's why I'm tatted Prez online, because the president's team is the top 1%. I'm pretty tatted. But yeah, pretty tatted. But yeah, those 3 things. Investing in yourself. For me, it was like reading and just, man, taking care of my mind.